First contact and betrayal. The exploration vessel Pathfinder drifted through the darkness of deep space, its sleek hull reflecting the distant stars as it approached the uncharted system. Captain Alina Reyes stood on the bridge, her dark eyes fixed on the main view screen, where an alien vessel hovered in perfect stillness. This was the moment humanity had prepared for since they first looked to the stars. First contact with an advanced alien civilization. "They're holding position exactly at the coordinates we specified," said Lieutenant Commander Takashi, his fingers dancing across the sensor console. "Their energy signature is unlike anything we've ever seen. Power output is, well, off our charts." Reyes nodded, maintaining her composed demeanor despite the historic significance of the moment. "Open the communication channel using the first contact protocols." The alien vessel responded immediately. The view screen shifted to show a being with iridescent skin that seemed to shimmer between blue and violet. Large compound eyes reflected the lights of their ship's bridge, and when it spoke, the universal translator rendered its harmonious clicks and whistles into a melodic voice. "Greetings, explorers of Earth. I am High Emissary Zolix of the Valoran Confederation. We welcome you to the Galactic community." Within 6 months, the relationship between humans and Valorans had blossomed beyond all expectations. The aliens shared limited technological insights, established trade routes, and opened diplomatic relations. Cultural exchanges flourished. Human art was displayed in Valoran gathering halls, while alien architecture influenced new buildings on Earth. The Valorans even helped establish 7 human colonies on resource-rich planets they claimed were uninhabited and within safe territory. New Terra became the crown jewel of these colonies. Governor Maya Chen dedicated herself to building a thriving community of 50,000 settlers. Standing at the observation deck overlooking the colony's central plaza, she watched children play beneath artificial weather shields, while farmers tended to earth crops adapted to the alien soil. "We're making history here," she told her assistant during the colony's first anniversary celebration. "The beginning of humanity's expansion among the stars." But far from human eyes, in sealed laboratories deep beneath the surface of the Valoran homeworld, the aliens viewed humans very differently. Senior researcher Vex moved between examination tables where unconscious human subjects lay, diplomats and traders who had disappeared during transit between systems. "Their adaptability exceeds all predictions," Vex explained to gathered military officials. "Their immune systems can be compromised but evolve countermeasures rapidly. Their cognitive flexibility allows them to solve problems in unexpected ways. Most concerning is their capacity for technological advancement. They've already begun incorporating elements of our shared technology into novel applications we didn't anticipate." Fleet Commander Zarak, his skin darkening with concern, stepped forward. "Your assessment." Given sufficient time and resources, humans could eventually challenge Valoran dominance in this sector. Their unpredictable nature makes them dangerous. The test colonies have provided valuable data on their adaptation to various environments, but we have learned all we need. Zarak nodded solemnly. "Then we proceed with containment protocol. Prepare the fleet." Exactly 2 years and 8 months after first contact, the attack came without warning. Governor Chen was reviewing agricultural expansion plans when emergency alarms blared throughout New Terra Colony. She rushed to the command center where chaos had erupted. Technicians shouting over each other as massive Valoran warships descended through the atmosphere. "This has to be a mistake," she insisted, even as her training took over. She activated the emergency broadcast system. "All citizens, this is not a drill. Proceed immediately to designated shelters. I repeat, this is not a drill." The first bombardment shook the command center. Power systems failed as Chen grabbed the emergency transmitter, sending a desperate message toward Earth. "New Terra under attack by Valoran forces. They're targeting civilian structures." "This is deliberate." A second blast collapsed the ceiling, cutting the transmission. Similar scenes played out across all 7 human colonies simultaneously. Valoran precision ensured communications blackouts within minutes of the first strikes. Evacuation ships were destroyed on launch pads. Hospitals and power plants were primary targets. On Earth, the United Nations Security Council convened as fragmented distress calls arrived from the colonies. The room fell silent as Governor Chen's desperate voice played over the speakers, cutting off mid-sentence. Similar broken messages followed from other colonies, each ending in static. Admiral Helena Wang, head of Earth Defense Command, watched grimly as satellite imagery showed the colonies going dark one by one. They coordinated this attack perfectly, she said, her voice tight with controlled fury. This wasn't a misunderstanding or a rogue element. This was premeditated genocide. Defense Secretary Okoye studied the tactical display with growing horror. The colony locations weren't random, unclaimed worlds. They form a strategic corridor that gives the Volorans a direct approach to our solar system. President Alvarez's voice came through the communication system. I've called an emergency session of the United Earth Council. We need options, people. Real options. As night fell across Earth, billions went about their lives unaware that everything had changed. In government facilities, military bases, and research centers, lights burned through the night as humanity faced a shocking truth. Their first contact with alien life had been an elaborate deception. Now they confronted an enemy who had studied them for years while pretending to be friends. The Volorans had pushed too far. They believed humans would be easy prey. They were wrong. The Grand Chamber of the United Earth Council fell silent as Admiral Wang stepped away from the podium. The evidence she had presented hung in the air, displayed on holographic screens surrounding the chamber. Valoran scientists performing experiments on captured humans, military plans showing Earth as the ultimate target, and casualty reports from the colonies estimating over 200,000 dead in the initial attacks. We're looking at an enemy with superior technology, vastly greater resources, and a head start in this war, Wang stated plainly. But they've made a critical error in their assessment of humanity. President Alvarez stood, his normally diplomatic demeanor replaced by cold resolve. The question before this council is simple. Do we fight with everything we have, or do we attempt negotiation from a position of absolute weakness? The vote was unanimous. Within hours, emergency broadcasts announced that humanity was at war with an alien species. Factories worldwide converted to military production faster than emergency plans had anticipated. Recruitment centers found lines forming before dawn. Research facilities were given unlimited resources and freedom from regulatory oversight to develop countermeasures. In a classified facility beneath the Pacific Ocean, Dr. Sanjay Kapoor addressed a team of Earth's most brilliant scientists and engineers. Project Phoenix is now active, he announced, entering command codes into a secure terminal. The Volorans have technology we can barely comprehend, but they've never faced human ingenuity when our survival is at stake. As the scientists dispersed to their stations, Dr. Kapoor remained at the viewing window, watching as lights activated in the massive construction bay below. The experimental vessel there, incorporating theoretical technology humans had never fully tested, represented humanity's desperate gamble. They should have killed us all at once, he murmured to himself. Now they'll learn what cornered humans can do. The counterattack. The Valoran battle group moved into position around Nova Station, humanity's critical research outpost in the Ta Ceti system. Their sleek vessels formed a perfect attack pattern, weapons charged and targeting systems locked on the modest human defenses. Scans showed a small flotilla of retrofitted military ships and armed civilian vessels preparing to make a stand. Primitive weapon systems detected, reported the Valoran tactical officer. Their ships are using outdated fusion drives and kinetic weapons. Victory probability, 99.7%. Fleet Captain Mizar allowed himself a moment of satisfaction. The humans had fought with surprising determination over the past 6 months, but this would be another inevitable victory for superior Valoran technology. But aboard the human flagship Defiance, Commander Amara Osei had no intention of fighting a conventional battle. A veteran of guerrilla campaigns before the Alien War, She studied the tactical display showing the overwhelming enemy force. "They expect us to engage according to standard military doctrine," she told her officers. "But we're not fighting them the way we fight each other. Implement Operation Chaos." The human fleet suddenly scattered in apparent disarray. Ships accelerated in seemingly random directions, some cutting engines entirely to drift silently, others performing erratic maneuvers that contradicted all conventional tactics. Aboard the Valoran command ship, confusion spread. "What are they doing?" demanded Captain Mazar. "Is this some kind of surrender?" "Unknown, sir," replied his tactical officer. "Their movements match no known human military pattern." The Valoran ships fired their advanced energy weapons, but hit mostly empty space. When they adjusted targeting, they found the humans had already changed position again. Meanwhile, the station itself had gone dark, appearing to power down completely. What the Valorans didn't detect were the hundreds of simple nuclear mines the humans had seeded throughout the area days earlier. Primitive technology that didn't register on their advanced sensors calibrated to detect energy weapons. "They're in position," announced OC's tactical officer. "Spring the trap." The mines detonated simultaneously, not directly against the Valoran ships, but creating a massive electromagnetic pulse that temporarily disrupted their sensitive targeting systems. In that moment of vulnerability, the human vessels converged from multiple angles, concentrating fire on the same points of each Valoran ship with surprising coordination. 3 Valoran cruisers exploded in quick succession. The others, facing an enemy that refused to behave according to prediction algorithms, were forced to retreat in disarray. Nova Station powered back up immediately, its apparent shutdown having been a ruse to draw the enemy into the perfect position. Within its reinforced laboratories, engineers had already been reverse engineering captured Valoran technology. The battle had bought them the time they needed to complete their work. Days later, aboard his flagship, Admiral Zarek could not comprehend the defeat. "How did they adapt so quickly to our targeting systems?" he demanded. "Their technology is inferior in every way." "Sir," ventured a junior officer, "they didn't fight according to any known doctrine. Our prediction algorithms had nothing to reference. They're primitives." Zarek slammed his fist on the console. "They shouldn't be able to defeat us." But defeat them they had. Nova Station remained under human control. And more importantly, humanity had captured its first intact Valoran warship. On Earth, in the underground Pacific facility, Dr. Kapoor presented the results of Project Phoenix to the United Earth Council. "The adaptive shield technology works," he reported, barely containing his excitement. "By incorporating elements of Valoran energy distribution and our own innovative material science, we've created shields that actually learn from enemy weapons and adjust accordingly." "How soon can we deploy this to the fleet?" asked President Alvarez. "The first Phoenix-class destroyer will be operational within 3 weeks, 5 more a month after that." For the first time since the war began, hope spread through the council chamber. The news of the victory at Nova Station traveled across human territories, boosting morale and recruitment. Commander Osei was promoted and given command of a larger fleet. Her unconventional tactics became the template for a new human military doctrine, one the Valorans couldn't predict. At Valoran High Command, reports of setbacks were initially dismissed as anomalies. "They cannot sustain resistance against our superior technology," stated Admiral Zarek. "These are temporary setbacks, not trends." But as more reports arrived of human victories, doubt began to spread through the Valoran military. The humans were fighting in ways that defied conventional logic, using obsolete technology creatively, setting elaborate traps, sacrificing positions to gain unexpected advantages. A junior analyst suggested studying human history to understand their approach to warfare. His suggestion was noted but ignored. That was their mistake. Because humans had been fighting each other for thousands of years. They had extensive experience in overcoming superior forces through creativity, sacrifice, and sheer determination. What the Valorans saw as primitive desperation Humans recognize as their greatest strength the ability to adapt. And as the first Phoenix-class destroyers joined the human fleet, bringing with them technology that could actually challenge Voldaran's supremacy, the true counterattack was just beginning. 1 year into the war, humanity launched Operation Reckoning, a bold assault on the Voldaran forward command base in the Procyon system. Led by Admiral Wang aboard the Phoenix-class flagship Vengeance, the human fleet emerged from hyperspace in perfect formation. The new vessels gleamed with purpose, their adaptive shields humming with power derived from Voldaran technology, but improved by human innovation. "All ships, battle formation Delta," ordered Wang. "Remember your training and remember why we fight." The Voldaran defense fleet moved to intercept, their energy weapons charging. But this time, when they fired, the human shields didn't buckle. They adapted, absorbing the energy and growing stronger. "They've improved our technology," gasped a Voldaran commander as human vessels closed the distance, weapons blazing. "How is this possible?" The battle raged for 14 hours. Human ships took damage but continued fighting with relentless determination. When the Voldaran flagship finally surrendered, Admiral Wang personally led the boarding party. Standing on the alien bridge, surrounded by defeated Voldarans, she delivered humanity's message. "Return to your homeworld. Tell your leaders that humanity is coming. You started this war. We will finish it." 3 months later, a massive human armada jumped into orbit around the Voldaran homeworld. Aboard the Vengeance, President Alvarez addressed the Voldaran High Council via transmission. "You studied our bodies but failed to understand our spirit. You measured our technology but missed our capacity to adapt. You attacked our colonies believing we would submit or perish." His voice carried the weight of every human life lost. "Now you face a choice: unconditional surrender or extinction. You have 1 hour to decide." The Voldaran surrender came 43 minutes later. The peace terms were harsh but not vengeful. Voldaran military capabilities were severely restricted. Reparations would be paid to rebuild the destroyed colonies. All human prisoners would be returned immediately. And most importantly, the Voldarans would publicly acknowledge their unprovoked aggression to all other spacefaring species in the sector. As the human fleet returned to Earth in triumph, Admiral Wang stood on the observation deck of the Vengeance, watching the blue planet grow larger in the view screen. "Do you think they understand now?" asked Dr. Kapoor, who had joined her for the return journey. Wang considered the question carefully. "I think they're beginning to. The Voldarans believe superior technology guaranteed victory. They didn't understand that humanity's true strength isn't in our weapons. It's in our history." Kapoor nodded. "Thousands of years of overcoming challenges, surviving against odds, fighting when victory seemed impossible. And in our unity," added Wang. "When they attacked, they unified us like nothing else could have." Below them, Earth turned serenely, unaware that its position in the galaxy had fundamentally changed. Humanity had been tested and had emerged stronger, more united, and with technology advanced beyond what would have taken centuries of peaceful development. Other alien civilizations that had observed the conflict from a distance now sent diplomatic overtures. Some offered alliance, others technological exchange. All treated humanity with newfound respect and caution. The Voldarans had pushed too far. They had awakened something they couldn't control. And now the galaxy watched as humanity took its first steps onto the galactic stage, not as novices to be manipulated, but as equals to be respected or feared. They had learned what others would soon discover. Never underestimate the descendants of those who survived on a planet where everything evolved to kill them. Never corner a species that turned surviving into an art form. Never push humanity too far.